So what is honor? Merriam-Webster defines honor as a good name or public esteem. We can check that box. A showing of unusually merited respect. We can check that box. Or one whose worth brings respect or fame. We can check that box. Lieutenant King met all these definitions. He made service to the public his greatest priority and helped whenever he was called to service. He helped out those in need despite the known dangers and did it without hesitation. He was respected by an enormous group of professionals, and with that, I called him and considered him a man of honor. But on July 16th, a catastrophic event occurred. Under extreme and hazardous conditions, under extreme hazardous conditions and having full knowledge of the imminent risk of life, and without reservation, hesitation, or planning, Lieutenant King performed an act of distinguished and conspicuous heroism above and beyond the call of duty. This was achieved by contacting the state police via cell phone in an effort to summon help for his crew and ensuring help arrived by listening for the state police sirens, and then guiding him to his location before succumbing to his injuries. Therefore, with the approval of Chief Perez and the Bernalillo County Fire Rescue, I bestow our highest award, the Medal of Honor, to Audrey King on behalf of Lieutenant Matt King.
Thank you, Deputy Chief Rose. Next, I'd like to bring forward Vice President, definitely.
The fire service of today is ever-changing, but it is also steeped in traditions over 200 years old. One of these great traditions is the sounding of a bell. In the past, as firefighters began their tours of duty, it was the bell that signaled the beginning of that day's shift. Throughout the day and throughout the night, each alarm was also sounded by a bell. The bell summoned those brave souls to fight fires and often placed themselves in harm's way for the mission of saving lives and property, something firefighters all over the world refer to as simply answering the call. When the fire was out or the alarm had come to an end, it was the bell that signaled to all the completion of that call. And when a firefighter's life was taken in the line of duty, paying the supreme sacrifice, it was the mournful toll of the bell that solemnly announced that member's passing. Today in our modern fire service, we utilize these traditions as symbols that reflect honor and respect for those who have given so much and who have served so well. To symbolize the devotion that these brave souls had for their call, a special signal of the bell represents the end of a member's duties and that they will be returning to quarters for the final time. If everyone please stand with me as we render the final honors for our brother, Lieutenant Matthew King. As said before in the fire service, before the advent of radios, pagers, and cell phones, fire alarms and daily announcements were dispatched from the department's central headquarters to outlying firehouses by a system of bell commands. Each alarm or announcement had its own number and series of bell strikes. When a firefighter was killed, headquarters would transmit a special signal of 3 rings 3 times each. This custom rendering final honors to departed members is known as the final alarm, or striking the 3s. In keeping with this tradition, I ask Chief Perez, the Bernalillo County Fire Department, if he will give the order to sound the final alarm.
Order granted.
Uniform personnel! Up team, move! Reset, on!
You all may be seated.
Fire control.
Chief 1, Fire Control.
Chief 1.
Please provide final dispatch for Lieutenant Matthew King.
Fire Control 2, Metro 2. Fire Control 2, Metro 2. Fire Control 2, Lieutenant Matthew King. No response. Fire Control 2, Chief 1. There is no response from Lieutenant Matthew King. Lieutenant Matthew A. King, this is your final dispatch. It is with great sadness that we dispatch Lieutenant Matthew King to his final alarm on August 1st, 2022. Lieutenant King, you started your career as a public servant 20 years ago and with Bernalillo County Fire and Rescue in 2011. During those years, you provided selfless service to the citizens of Bernalillo County and the metro area. We are left with a void that will never be filled nor forgotten. Your joy and laughter will be felt throughout our community of family and friends. Your dedication, passion, and your family sacrifices during your time as a first responder will echo throughout the years, and you will fill our stories as long as there are stories to tell for years to come. On Saturday, July the 16th, 2022, you were tragically taken from your wife, Audrey, your son, Aiden, your daughter, Kyra, family, friends, and the department you serve. Lieutenant Matthew King, respond to your final resting place. We will now show you out of service. Lieutenant, you are relieved from duty. We have the watch, and we will take it from here. Rest in peace.